is Harrison. I am a citizen of the United States, and as I'm sure you know, this is the flag of the United States, and there are 50 states in the U.S. And each star on the flag is supposed to represent a state. So there are 50 stars on the American flag. So the state where I live is right over here. It's called Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. And it's fairly large, but there's not really a whole lot of activity there. It's a very calm state. There aren't many big cities. And I lived in Pennsylvania with my two parents, my mom and my dad. I don't have any brothers, and I don't have any sisters. It's just a family of three, which is not common in the U.S. Most people have some brothers and sisters. My family is a little smaller than most. But my family and I, we were very close. We would often eat dinner together, share a lot of things together. Yeah. So there's a very big holiday in the U.S. that we call Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Thanksgiving. And it's an occasion where families get together and they eat a lot of food. It's just a time to have fun, and usually we eat turkey. Yeah, that's just the custom. That's what everybody does. We eat turkey meat with usually potatoes, some kind of vegetable, and like bread, stuffing, all together. And it's a very delicious meal. And I know I always look forward to my mom cooking this meal because it was very delicious. And there are other holidays in the U.S. where we also eat a lot of food. You know, we have Christmas, New Year, which is almost at the same time. You usually have Christmas and then New Year about 1 week later, usually. More information on my state. This is actually a picture from my house. So in Pennsylvania, we have 4 seasons throughout the year. We have spring, summer, and the summers are usually pretty hot, although I think Vietnam is still hotter. We have fall, which is when the leaves on all the trees change color, and I actually should have gotten a picture of that, but I didn't think of it. And then we have winter, and during winter there's usually a lot of snow that falls, and I like winter. I like the cold, and I think the snow can be very pretty. But as you can see, it's just a lot of forests, a lot of nature, not many big cities in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania isn't famous for a lot. One of the things it is famous for is coal mines. Coal is a type of black rock that you dig out of the ground and you burn it. At least we used to. I think coal is not common anymore. But there's a lot of mines that workers dug into the ground to get the coal. And now they're like a historic that you can take tours through. It's actually pretty cool going down into the mines. It's very cold, and the work conditions were very dangerous back then. So it's interesting to see what it was like in the coal mines. Pennsylvania is also famous for trains. They would dig up all the coal, and then they would use the coal for all the trains. And I think around, in the last century, the 20th century, the city close to where I live, which is called Scranton, was very big and wealthy because of how much coal there was. And so there were a lot of train tracks that came into Scranton with a lot of big trains like this. But now Scranton is not wealthy anymore now that the economy is different. So now Scranton is still pretty small and similar to the way it was a long time ago. This is actually from a museum near where I live, a train museum. And it's pretty cool to walk around all the trains. As for me, after growing up with my parents, I went to school in New York. And New York is very close to where I live. It's only about a 3-hour drive. And the school that I went to was called Five Towns College. It's a music school, and I studied how to be a musician. So I learned how to write music, and I learned how to play piano. And New York is a good place for music. There's a lot of famous musicians that come from New York. I would play. I would play in orchestras like this, with a big band, a lot of people. I would play trombone in these orchestras, and it was a lot of fun. And I would also perform piano, as I said. This is a picture from a public performance that I gave at school one time. After I graduated school, I worked as a musician, playing piano and making money. And I also continued to write music, sometimes for movies. You watch a movie and there's music playing in the background. I write that music. If you want to hear some of my music, it's on this website.
Write it down, guys.
If you want.
Yes, can you spell the name of the website?
It's at SoundCloud, so soundcloud.com /INGE-music, if you're interested.
Got it.
Okay.
Can you play one of the songs in there?
I probably could. I need to go into the internet though. This is just a photo.
Why not? It's interesting.
Yeah, sure. Whoa. You're typing in Vietnamese.
Chị Hải đấy, soup. Low dialect. Lộ con dấu.
Typing in Vietnamese. How do I?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Haha.
I'll play my latest one.
The latest one?
It's like action music.
Oh, action. Wow. Something. It sounds familiar.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, horror movie, yeah. Oh, bad is gonna happen. Bad thing.
That's just a quick example of the type of music I write.
Yes.
If you want to hear more, check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
In the meantime, what do we got going on here? Let me check my notes. So, about America. I heard that maybe some of you are interested in America, maybe interested in going to America. That's great. By all means, pursue your dream, what you want. But I want to make sure you know what it's really like in America. Maybe just a word of caution.
Yeah, maybe the media never tell us before.
Yeah, because America, people are not rich in America. A lot of people are actually very poor. All the money is controlled by the government, whereas a lot of people don't really make a lot of money, and it can sometimes be difficult to live well. We have what is called
Oh, minimum wage.
minimum wage. Do you know this term? So, minimum wage is the least amount of money that a company is able to pay its workers. So, minimum wage is very low, whereas the cost of living is very high. So, many companies will just pay the minimum wage, and you won't have enough money to pay all your bills and do what you need to do. Of course, it's different for everybody, but just know that it's not always easy to make enough money in America. And right now, I also got
This guy.
this guy. I think we have to talk about him because he's important to America. He is going to make it harder, I think, while he is president. Trump will make it harder to make